Are you ready to unlock the secrets of one of history's most inspiring figures? If you've ever wondered how a humble man can change the world, today's story is for you. Get ready to be amazed, because we're diving deep into the incredible life of Abraham Lincoln. This isn't just history, it's a blueprint for resilience, leadership, and unwavering determination that will dopamine charge your understanding of what's possible. Hello everyone, I'm so excited to share an amazing story with you today. We're going to talk about a man whose life journey is truly inspiring. His name is Abraham Lincoln. He was one of the most important presidents in the history of the United States. His life shows us that even if you start with very little, you can achieve great things through hard work and honesty. Let's learn about his incredible journey from a simple log cabin to the White House. Today we will learn about his early life, his challenges, his rise to power, and his amazing leadership during a very difficult time for his country. We'll explore his words and actions, which continue to influence us even today. By the end of this, you will have a much clearer picture of why Abraham Lincoln is so revered. Abraham Lincoln's story begins in a very simple place. He was born on February 12, 1809 in a small log cabin in Hodgenville, Kentucky. His family was poor. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a farmer and carpenter, and his mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, was a kind and loving woman. Life was hard on the frontier. There were no schools nearby, and Abraham had to work from a very young age. He helped his father with farm chores like plowing fields, chopping wood, and caring for animals. He experienced loss early in life. When he was just 9 years old, his mother passed away. This was a very sad time for young Abraham. His father later remarried a wonderful woman named Sarah Bush Johnston Lincoln, who encouraged Abraham's love for books and learning. Even though he had little formal schooling, Abraham loved to read. He would borrow books from neighbors, sometimes walking many miles to get them. He read by the light of the fireplace. Because his family couldn't afford candles, he read every book he could find. The Bible, Aesop's fables, and stories about American history. He would often read aloud, memorizing passages and practicing his speaking skills. This love for learning and reading helped him develop his amazing communication abilities later in life. He was very intelligent and had a strong desire to understand the world around him. As a young man, Lincoln tried many different jobs. He worked as a flatboatman, taking goods down the Mississippi River. He worked as a store clerk, a postmaster, and even a surveyor, which is someone who measures land. Through these jobs, he met many different people and learned a lot about life and human nature. He was known for being honest, hardworking, and having a good sense of humor. People called him Honest Abe because he was always fair and truthful. In his dealings with others, he started to become interested in politics and law. In 1834, at the age of 25, Abraham Lincoln was elected to the Illinois State Legislature. This was his first step into politics. He studied law on his own, reading legal books and teaching himself. In 1836, he became a licensed lawyer. He moved to Springfield, Illinois, where he worked as a successful lawyer for many years. He argued cases in court, defended people, and gained a reputation for his clear thinking and persuasive speaking. He married Mary Todd Lincoln in 1842, and together they had 4 sons. Though only one, Robert Todd Lincoln, lived to adulthood. Lincoln's political career continued to grow. In 1847, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. However, after one term, he decided not to run for re-election. He focused on his law practice for several years. But the issue of slavery was becoming more and more important in the United States, and Lincoln felt strongly that it was morally wrong and threatened the future of the nation. He believed that all men are created equal, as stated in the Declaration of Independence. This belief reignited his passion for politics. In the 1850s, the debate over slavery intensified. Lincoln became a prominent voice against the expansion of slavery into new territories. He had famous debates with Stephen A. Douglas, a well-known politician, in 1858. Although Lincoln lost the Senate election to Douglas, these debates made him famous across the country. People recognized his powerful arguments and his strong moral stance against slavery. His speeches were clear, logical, and deeply moving, appealing to the conscience of the nation. Because of his growing reputation, Abraham Lincoln was nominated as the Republican Party's candidate for president in 1860. The country was deeply divided over slavery. Lincoln won the election, becoming the 16th President of the United States. His election caused many southern states to secede from the Union, meaning they left the United States. They formed their own country called the Confederate States of America. This led to the start of the American Civil War in April 1861. The Civil War was the most difficult and tragic period in American history. It was a war between the North, the Union, and the South, the Confederacy, fought over the issues of slavery and states' rights. As President, Lincoln's main goal was to preserve the Union and end slavery. He showed incredible leadership during this time. He was determined, even when things looked very bad for the Union. He appointed skilled generals, made difficult decisions, and kept the country together with his powerful speeches and unwavering resolve. One of Lincoln's most famous actions was the Emancipation Proclamation. Issued on January 1, 1863, this powerful declaration declared that all enslaved people in the Confederate States were free. It changed the nature of the war, making it not just about preserving the Union, but also about freedom for all. This was a monumental step towards ending slavery in the United States. It also encouraged many African Americans to join the Union Army, fighting for their own freedom. Another very famous speech by Lincoln was the Gettysburg Address, delivered in November 1863. This speech was given at the dedication of a cemetery for soldiers who died in the Battle of Gettysburg, a major Union victory. In just 272 words, Lincoln beautifully expressed the ideals of freedom, equality, and government, of the people, by the people, for the people. It reminded everyone what they were fighting for and reaffirmed the nation's commitment to democratic principles. This short speech is considered one of the greatest speeches in American history. After 4 long years of fighting, the Union won the Civil War in April 1865. Lincoln's leadership had successfully preserved the United States and put an end to slavery. The country was finally reunited. Everyone hoped for peace and healing. Lincoln himself spoke of malice toward none, with charity for all, in his second inaugural address, showing his desire for reconciliation and rebuilding the nation without bitterness. However, tragedy struck just a few days after the war ended. On April 14, 1865, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate sympathizer, while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. His death was a great shock and sorrow for the entire nation. He died on April 15, 1865, at the age of 56. His death left a huge void in a nation that desperately needed his wisdom and healing hand. Abraham Lincoln's life was a testament to his extraordinary character. From his humble beginnings, he rose to become a beacon of hope and strength for a fractured nation. He faced immense challenges, but he never gave up on his belief in a united, free America. His legacy continues to inspire people around the world to fight for justice, equality, and democracy. He taught us the importance of integrity, perseverance, and compassion. His words and actions remind us that true leadership means serving others and standing up for what is right, even when it's difficult. Lincoln's story shows us that one person can truly make a difference, shaping the course of history with their courage and convictions. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of a truly remarkable man.